That's the fastest lap of the race.
Oh! Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with more iRacing. This time around we're here for the VRS Sprint Series, heading to the Nürburgring, the Hockenheim ring even, sorry, for round 2 of the year. Unfortunately, I did try to race at Road Atlanta last week round. Unfortunately, my PC crashed halfway through the race. I'm having a couple of issues with iRacing at the moment. It seems to just be this car, though, that seems to be causing it. I've had nothing else happen in any other series, but any time I try to jump in with the Porsche, sessions don't like to load, and then when they finally do, yeah, like I said, the one time I managed to get into a race in this thing, unfortunately, it decided to crash my PC halfway through. So I'm not too sure if it's this car that's causing it, or just iRacing being a bit funny, or what. I don't really know. At the moment, I won't lie to you guys. If you do know any fixes, it'd be greatly appreciated. Normally, I'm just getting a loading error as we try to dive into a session here. But yeah, let's dive in then for qualifying here from the Hockenheim ring. Like I said, I've already driven this car for half a race last week, so yeah, I mean, at least I get to talk about it all again, because it is very good fun. Right, heading around the final corner then to start our first lap. We brought the Porsche home this week by the looks of it. See here back at Hockenheim. That is not the line you want at the final corner though. Huge wash of understeer through the final turn. But yeah, let's see what we can try and get out of this thing. I think we should just about have enough time to go for 2 runs in this session. Current fastest times are about 1:38, so I think we've got an SOF of about 2.4k by the looks of it. So we are one of the lowest iRacing races in this one. We've only got 2,000 iRacing at the moment. But yeah, let's just wait and see what we can get out of the car. I think, like I said, first laps in the Porsche around here, so we're sort of just testing the waters, seeing what we can muster up in this thing. But you never know, might be able to get a good time out of it nonetheless as we head down the back straight. Bit too deep on the brakes there. It's not what we wanted. But again, if we can just get 2 clean laps in, that's probably going to be the first aim in this session. We head through the kink. Down in towards the Mercedes grandstand. Oh, a little bit early on the brakes there. Certainly be a little bit more aggressive. So we just see the front end seems to just be lifting up a little bit. Of course, on the heavy fuel it tends to. On the low fuel even. As we head down through sector 3, just nice and easy. Don't want to do anything stupid. Yeah, we're definitely going to have time to go for a second lap though. So definitely a lot more time to be found here as we head through the final couple of corners. Yeah, let's try and really get ourselves set up then for this second lap. Compromise our run through the final corner just to give ourselves a better second shot. What is that first time going to be, however? I always forget just how much curve you can get away with through turn 1. But 40.8, so we definitely want to be looking at a 39. Yeah, a long way off anyone else. Head out onto the back straight. He's trying to get a nice good run. Already 4 tenths up there through the first couple of turns, which is good to see. It's easy another couple of tenths down here as well, as long as we keep it nice and tidy. Into the hairpin. Let's just wait and see. We're going to brake pretty much at the green Astro. There we go. That was a lot better. Just kiss the inside curve through there. See, we're already a second up now on my previous lap. So I think, yeah, if we can get sort of a mid 39, mid to low 39, that'd be good. Well, this has gone quite well around Hockenheim. Obviously, if you guys remember the VRS endurance race Joe and I did last year, we lapped everyone in this one, which is quite good for us. I want to bring back some of the VRS endurances with Joe again. It's just finding the time between the pair of us. Right, anyway, down in towards the final sector. Back end really tried to kick out then. Oh, just get a 1x at the end there. What's the time going to be nonetheless? It's going to be a 39.1. No, that's a little bit gutting, but hey, we know we've got good pace in the car then. We're just going to try and fight our way through the order in the race. Right, so here we are then, ready to start this race from the Hockenheim ring. P24 as the number 25 car for this one here today. But hopefully, obviously, like I said, we can try and move our way up the order. If we can get into positive iRating territory, that would, of course, always be nice around here. But yeah, a nice array of GT3 cars. We've got the Porsche, we've got the BMW. I think we've got a couple of Audis, a couple of Lamborghinis and Ferraris I've spotted around as well. Not sure about McLarens or Ford GTs, unfortunately, anymore. They are still in the series, but you just don't tend to see them, unfortunately. So maybe next season we'll have to try out something like that if we don't get another new GT3. But let's get ready to go then. Here from Hockenheim, very, very short out lap here.
Okay, get ready, relax. Let's go.
Here we go, green flag racing. Here from Hockenheim. Let's just try and keep it calm on the first lap. See if we can move up any spots if possible. But more importantly, keep the nose clean.
Left side. Clear left. Clear. Right on your right.
Not too sure I've ended up with both spotters on. So that Porsche is going for a huge dive.
Hold your line. Still there. Clear right. Clear.
You haven't made the one spot up then. This Dennis there, yeah, was really, really trying to go for it. Again, not too sure I've ended up with two spotters. Are we going to see some chaos into the hairpin first time? Yes, we are. This Porsche is still going for dives. But just can't get the power out on the exit. So I think we're up 2 spots off the start then. Ferrari gets all the curbing. Not what you want to do there, buddy. Hope you feel like this guy's a bit vulnerable at the moment. Trying to get the grips in his Ferrari. We've got someone coming back onto the track. Now, Merc. Really, I've got a nice collection of German GT3s now, don't we, on iRacing? That's all we thought about it. Oh, Ferrari way too deep into there, though. It's a horrible run through the final corner. We might be able to slingshot him. For the inside we go.
Still there. Still there.
Is he going to try and keep it around the outside? Surely not, no. Nothing he could do there. Luckily we didn't get too much of the inside curb in either. So we're over to P21 then by the end of lap 1. So there's a lot of bumping and bashing going on. GT3's racing is vicious. Nice kick of oversteer from the back end of this thing as well. But yeah, I think once the race settles down we'll talk a bit more about my thoughts and feelings about the Porsche. But yeah, early on though, this race is not carnage, but certainly people are being aggressive. Look at that! Oh, you don't want to be doing that, boys. So I'm just waiting to get absolutely dive bombed by one of these two behind us. The GT3s have come out to play today. It's feisty here at Hockenheim. I just want to pick up the pieces, and there we go. That didn't take long. BMW just deleting the Mercedes at the Mercedes grandstand. But it's okay, he apologised. He's giving us another spot though at the very least. BMW going defensive, a little big old squeeze. Again, we don't want to be too aggressive early on.
39.03.
Oh, that's not where you want to be. It's going to be our first run next of the day.
The stewards have warned us for cutting the track and keeping between the white lines. You're in the top 20. P20.
We P20 now? Yeah, of course we are. So, minus 37 iRating if we were to finish here, but making good progress early on. Just got to wait for this race to simmer down a bit, I think. Oh, don't want to be there. Every time through there, the back end's just kicking out. Oh, this thing's a handful. But yeah, I must admit though, like I said, did that half race at Road Atlanta last week, unfortunately, that never will see the light of day. That was really, really good fun though. in this thing.
Like
Oh.
there's a big mess in. Spit your hairpin.
There's a big mess, is there? It's just the Lamborghinis. Oh my, that Porsche is... That's not a great rejoin by the Lambo, and that was a horrible dive by the Porsche. The inside of the Lambo. Bit of a lift on the way through.
He's still there.
See if we can get the switch back on him. Oh, not quite.
Left are clear left.
Whoa! No idea what happened there with the back end. Why is there a guy down on the inside wall? This Lambo seems all over the road, I'll be honest. I'm starting to watch me mirrors from the Porsche behind. Dennis loves a dive bomb, apparently.
Fastest lap for Gaspar, 138.68.
Oh, BMW! Oh! Oh, it's just chaos. It's just chaos, but we're picking up the pieces. Like I said, that's the most important thing. I don't think I've ever seen anyone drop it there through their own fault. Obviously, Jarno surely remember binned it back in 2008, I think it was. Massive crash for him and his Toyotas, or Lambo. Right, come on, let's get a run on this guy. Going to go defensive. Pull out at the very last moment.
Still there.
Can we get round the outside of him?
Still clear right.
No, not quite able to get the power early enough this time around. The Lambo's got great corner pickup. Can really get on the throttle quite early with it because obviously engine being in the middle. We are ragging this thing around early on. Surprised the back end's sliding around as much as it is, I'll be honest. Someone else kicking up some dust. Yeah, I've always been quite surprised as well from the few races I have done around here, just how lenient track limits are around Hockenheim. I thought they'd be really, really strict with them. I guess I just expect everywhere on iRacing to be like Spa, to be honest, as that's an interesting line from the Lambo at the final corner. I'm well aware we do, crew chief.
That lap was a 114.41.
Oh, that's a horrible run. There's the Merc that was deleted.
Right side's clear.
Still got a big old dent. Just look at this, there's just guys everywhere. Yeah, what do I think of the Porsche then? I must admit, I think I described it last week as a bit like the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini, though, obviously was always trying to kill you, as we might have some carnage here. Yeah, the Lamborghini, I always felt when we raced that, was a bit like a psychopath. You knew it was gonna try and kill you, but you just didn't quite know when. This thing's a bit more of a sociopath, I'll be honest. It's still trying to kill you, but sometimes it just tries to catch you out with it a bit more, and I think that's obviously with the engine being right at the back. Obviously, it can really light up, or sorry, jump up the front end, obviously when it's low on fuel, so the front end likes to bobble around a lot more. But it still gets really, really leery at the rear, which makes it a handful, but yeah, in a very, very different way to the Lambo. You're not expecting this to be as a handful. Love it when it gets up into 6th gear. That huge whine you hear from the engine is incredible. And yeah, so far good fun to drive, I must admit. I'm enjoying this thing early on iRacing this season. Let's just see as we head through the final couple of corners. I'm going to be back, yeah, 24, 25 lap race here today, I think. It's the Lambo, though, still just in front of us. I'll try and get a run of them at some point. But yeah, I do like this thing. I think it's got a lot of potential in iRacing. I think it's a good car to add. I like the fact it hasn't replaced the Porsche Cup car as well. Somebody's definitely going to run into the back of someone else soon in this group, though. Worryingly, I still believe it's going to be the Porsche that isn't really part of this group. There's Dennis, yeah, loves a dive bomb. These guys now duking it out just in front of us. Camel has got 500 more iRacing than me. But he's going to try to look past the Porsche. We might be able to try and get past both of them if things go well. We'll have a look at the inside of the 24. Oh, Lambo, way too early on the brakes. Wasn't expecting him just to sit there on the exit. Now we've got 24 trying to come back at us around the outside.
Still there.
Nothing going to happen there. We're going to slam the door shut on that opportunity. Thought he might go into the back of me there, so took slight evasive action. So we just put ourselves a little bit out of shape. Now we might have to deal with the guy behind him. Yeah, need to try and just be a bit braver, a bit more confident. So we're definitely still applying a lot of pressure to this guy. That was a nice run. Just getting thinking we're going to go for something back down in towards 1.
The 18, that was a 114.42.
Sets him out wide on the exit. That's what we like to see. He's going to get no slipstream from the guys in front, so as long as we get a good run. Oh, he does get it slowed down there. I thought he broke a bit too late, to be honest.
0.6.
Don't think we're going to be close enough this time round then. Yeah, down to just minus 23 iRacing though, so we're getting there. Lose a lot of time still to leaders. We still have a set sub 1 minute 40 yet. That was a nice line through the hairpin, a bit braver. Certainly, yeah, I think this thing's about having confidence. Especially around a track like Road Atlanta last week. Yeah, this thing can be lively at all angles though, which I think certainly does make it fun. Oh, that's not a 1X.
Okay, mate, we really think you should pass this guy. There's a car leaving the pit lane.
Oh.
That's the fastest lap of the race.
Oh!
Clear left. Clear.
Holy moly, that was scary. I think the Mercs pit again in this race. That was not what I don't know how we managed to do that into turn 1, but we made the place and somehow avoided him in the process. Now we've got a bit of free track space in front of us there. Already pretty much at 1/3 race distance. Already set the fuel and the tyres, so we don't need to worry about that when the pit stops do roll around. But now we're a little way behind the next guys up the road. So yeah, we'll get a bit of a chance to enjoy the car a bit more with a bit of luck. So do I think then, first of all, the Porsche is the car to buy in the GT3s on iRacing? It depends on what GT3 you've got. If you've already got what I call the modern GT3s, one of the three now, obviously the Lambo, the Porsche, or the BMW. If you're just after results, I'd probably go Bimmer. I think it's just like the most stable, most sophisticated, or just like the easiest to drive, to be honest. And it doesn't seem any slower, or from what I've sort of seen from like top iRacing, things like that. I'd say yeah, the Bimmer is probably the way to go. If you're after something that's just a complete maniac, the Lamborghini probably is still the way to go. But if you want a bit of both,
The gap ahead is now 2.2.
I think the Porsche is certainly, you know, a nice car to have in your iRacing collection as well. There is certainly a very different driving experience to pretty much anything else you get on the platform, and I'm sure,
16.
obviously, as time goes on, people discover sort of more and more loopholes and tricks with this thing. It could obviously be very, very quick as well. And it, like I said, it is good fun. It's not ridiculous to drive. It's just, yeah, it's a bit, every once in a while it will really try and go at you, which can be entertaining, as we've already seen a couple of times in this race. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I feel like I'm not giving it enough credit either. It is a very, very good fun car. Like pretty much everything with iRacing that gets released, it is brilliantly done. Just listen to that whine as you get him into top gear there. It's BMW and Porsche just in front of us battling it out. But yeah, if you're a Porsche fan, of course. Oh god, I don't know why I'm double shifting. That's throwing away a good couple of tenths. Yeah, I mean, if you're a Porsche fan, definitely pick this thing up. You will absolutely love it. I'm not the biggest Porsche lover in the world, I must admit. Although saying that, I did see, was it a Cayman GT4 on the road a couple of weeks ago, absolutely going for it, and that sounded loud. That seemed like brilliant fun. But yeah, it completely depends on what you're after as well. Still not getting that line through there, right? That's a justified 1x.
We've been warned about track limits. You've got half your fuel left.
Still got a couple of guys starting to pit and such. I always see it's strange just how much curve you can use through turn 1 there, as that was finally a sub 140. Yeah, I mean, -8 I rating now. I think we only need one more spot to be in the positives, which is good. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how we get on though with this car over the course of the season. So like I said, unless we get another new GT3 next time round, I'm really not too sure what car to go with for next season. But we're just getting into a groove with it around Hockenheim. Like I said, I've always had a lot of fun, a lot of success around Hockenheim on iRacing. Obviously won that GT3 VRS race. Got a thing called won an IMSA race as well around here, actually, not long after that in the Porsche. That was a really good fun race. We got pushed all day long in that one. BMW in front of us is definitely losing ground. I think he's going to be vulnerable soon. I'm into P15 -1 I rating. How heartbreaking will that be? Ooh, that's not where you wanted to be, buddy. Hopefully now we'll get a little bit of slipstream. Yeah, I need to definitely start getting down in towards those 139s though consistently. Top guy's running 38. Some pretty fast times. Yeah, this guy's struggling. So am I, though, with lines like that. So we've still got Dennis behind us. He's just been slowly slicing and dicing through with us in this race. Of course, Hockenheim, though, a very, very different track to Road Atlanta as well, of course. Ooh, love Road Atlanta, but it's certainly probably not the best place to do your first runs in a car in anger.
The leader has just done a 138.84.
I think weirdly though, Hockenheim on this game sort of just suits my driving style. It's a lot about trying to, you know, curbs are quite flat, you can ride a lot of them. Or like trying to get the nose tucked in, you know, generally I feel like I can get a lot out of an understeery car, which a lot of the GT3s tend to be a bit more. So that's going to be finally down into the 139s. BMW in front gets loose, we're going to get a nice run, and that's going to be, hopefully, a pretty textbook move.
Hold your line. Clear left.
This is going to bail out. I think he might try and go for a switchback on us though. That's what I love about turn 2 here, you really can try and take some different lines. We're not going to bother fighting it. If he gets a run on us, he gets a run on us. I can live with that. Don't know if it's going to be worth it for him, though. No, he's going to bail out. I think he knows. He can probably do better off just trying to latch on to us. Yeah, now if we can try and get into a rhythm of setting good sort of consistent 39s, that would be good. That was a nice line through there. It's one of those weird things in this thing where you sort of get half tank of fuel in, you got enough still over the front end to keep it pointed, but not too much that you're slowing yourself down. As you get really light on fuel, it almost makes the car slower again in sort of like a weird way, just because you have got nothing trying to keep that front end in.
We're halfway through. We estimate 10 minutes of fuel left.
We're about halfway there then, at the very least. Need to be taking more inside curve through there, I think. This is going to be a really good lap. And for the mid 39s pretty quickly. Things you'd love to see.
30. Your last lap time was at 1:39.57.
Getting into the groove. Sure, I just jinxed myself by saying we're getting into the groove, but you never know. Good fun, nonetheless. That's too deep. As soon as literally as soon as I said it. As soon as I said it. Went and fluffed it up. 5 laps worth of fuel is, yeah, this one's going to be 25 laps.
1.1 seconds.
Let's see if we can slowly start closing in on the guy in front.
Looks like P4 has binned it in.
Oh.
Sacks.
Someone's binned it in the Sachs curve. Might be good for us. Depends how badly they binned it. If they've Vetteled it, perhaps, but... That's so very weird. I reckon someone span him. Seems way too late into the corner to bin it. Oh, we've got more guys pitting though. We're going to try and take this thing just a little bit longer. I think a lot more guys now really just do half race and half race on the fuel rather than brim in at the start. I mean, you use about just over a tank and a half in all races, so if you fill it up 3/4, about 13 gallons each, should be alright. 12-13 gallons. We've still got 4 gallons in the tank though. Set it up to 8.2. Don't think we're going to need that much. Find the apex, thank you. Nearly, I suppose. Better than last time round, anyway. Look at the iRacing games though, we're doing alright at the moment. I love having race labs back in these recordings, I must admit. So nice to see once more.
Just done a 1:39.78. Sector 2 is 0.43 off the pace. That's good consistency. Keep it up.
What is the gaps they're going from? 2.6. Last lap's slightly slower than this, but yeah, we'll wait and see if we're closing him down or not. He's holding pretty level at the moment. He's got 600 more iRacing than me, so we'll wait and see.
My behind is increasing. It's now 1.8
Definitely pulling away from the guy behind. Don't know how I've lost the ability to go through the hairpin suddenly, but I won't dwell on that too much. Dennis there still isn't far away. Yeah, that inside curve there is really weird. A lot of the times it's absolutely fine, and then every once in a while it just kicks you up a bit. Not really too sure why, but hey ho.
Left, that's 15 minutes.
Christian's into the pits.
Left. Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace.
FPS has stayed pretty stable though. First little connection bubble. But yeah, no, I think I've got it set now to draw 30 cars at any time, which is absolutely hammering the FPS. I might bring it back down to 20 to be honest, because normally then we were getting well over 100. But it's still holding pretty level for the most part. Two laps of fuel is going to take us to about 29 minutes. So I'll probably drop it down to about 6 gallons worth. I guess the good thing is with this thing is where like the Lambo, for example, and the BMW felt very, not the same throughout an entire stint, but didn't feel that much sort of like an adverse change. This thing feels like completely different race cars after a little while, you know, with the engine being at the back, fuel at the front. It's weird to get used to, but it certainly does keep you on your toes, and to be honest, I think it might even keep you a little bit more interested over the course of a race stint as, well, that gap to the guy in front isn't really coming down at all. Pretty much holding. Are we going to pit this one? No, we got. We might just have enough to go for one more. I'll wait and see. I'll probably pit this lap. Ooh. Is that the line through there that we wanted? Apparently it's worked for us though. Yeah, we'll pit this one. We'll put 7 gallons worth in. That's to see us through to the end. It's getting understeery again now. The Lambo coming back towards us.
Behind is now 1.7.
He's got 2.7k iRacing. I think top guys in this one have got about 2.8, I want to say. I think the highest I've seen, yeah, Maxime 2.8k. So our front's really starting to wash now, as we've got no fuel in. The understeer is real. Right, anyway, let's get it down into the pits. Bit cheeky on the way in, but that's fine.
Watch your speed.
There we go.
Pit lane speed
Nice and
limit
tidy.
is 50 kilometers per hour.
I think it's our shortest run into the pits. No optionals as well, obviously, because we haven't hit anything so far. Give it time, of course. I'm sure that will happen. So 9 laps worth of fuel, it reckons. Ooh, Oh, BMW's definitely gained a bit.
There's a car approaching. Don't cross the white
Actually,
line.
no, I think it was just entering versus next in pits. No idea where we're going to come back out though in this race. Should now have a rough idea where we are. Because we might be under some pressure from the guys behind to the end again. Kevin might be in again in that BMW as it stays a bit more consistent over the course of a race stint. Kevin might be able to do something towards the end. We shall wait and see.
There's an incident in Spitzacare hairpin.
Oh. Someone's done an oopsie.
The leader, Koenig, is pitting.
Having to second guess yourself on this thing isn't great either. Not quite as bad as the LMP2, but it's not brilliant either.
You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go.
10 minutes left though of this race. Right, where are we going to re-emerge then in this race? P15? P15 by the looks of it.
P15.
Yep, P15. So, -1 iRacing if we were to finish here. How devastating would that be? Car in front of them is going to get -11. But he's got 600 more iRating than me. I kind of feel that's a bit unfair. I was looking at Rito. I've raced him a fair few times in GT3s. He's very, very fast. Oh, no. Why do we keep doing that still? Oh! There's been a spinner behind. Someone's been turned.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 4.3 seconds.
We need to just run away from that pack because I do not want to get swamped in by him. Got less than 8 minutes to go, so about another 5 laps I want to say. We'll probably just get the 6th, won't we?
The gap behind is now 2.6 seconds. That was a 1:14.19. Lap times are pretty consistent.
Yeah, we really don't want to get stuck battling these guys behind. They seem feisty and raring for any opportunity they can get. See if we can get closer to Danny in front. But we need to be taking a lot of time out of him if we want to. And still not being able to get the hairpin right anymore. It's probably not going to help. See, that's how much curb you need through there to make it work. Those final two corners are so weird in like a GT3 car. They're not quite one corner, but they're not quite two either. I mean, they're just weird in any car, to be fair. Always strange just trying to get them hooked up together.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 37 Celsius. 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
We're definitely on the fuel to get to the end. And we are definitely closing in on Danny in the front, but it's definitely going to be too little too late unless he makes an error. Clip the curb. Thank you. Oh, nice wash of oversteer on the exit as well. Lambo's now up into P16. He's got 700 more IRAs than me. We're going to have to run like crazy.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
How are we losing a 10th through there?
The gap behind is now 3.1 seconds.
Oh, new PB. New PB. Yes! Oh! How's he managed that? Positive I rating! Thank you! Poor Danny. I said we wouldn't catch him and this went wrong. I don't know how he's managed that. Must have clipped the grass on the way in. But we've done it. Up at a P14. As long as we don't do anything stupid. With less than 3 to go here, he must be kicking himself. There's a battle going on up the road as well. Things you love to hear. Up 10 places in this race. So averaging out an overtake about every 2.5 laps. Second gear is not the way to go through there, I can tell you that much.
Push. We can get this guy.
I mean, another new PB.
Fastest lap. The last lap was at 1:39.37. Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace.
7 I rating. Oh, it's beautiful scenes. Guy in front's at a 38.8. Best lap in this one. He's got the same I rating as me. That's mad.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
And he's trying to make a move work on the guy in front of him. I think he has made the move work. Kicking the back end out a little bit more than I'd like, but I think we're about to head on to the final lap of this race. Yeah, definitely about to start the final lap though here from Hockenheim. Definitely not going to be able to maintain our podium record here, but I think I was always going to be wildly optimistic in an SOF 400 higher than myself, and starting at the back of course. But let's just get this thing round one final out in here. Fronts are completely gone. with no fuel in it anymore. Might be some carnage somewhere.
One more lap to go.
Let's just enjoy the ride in our first race that we're going to survive in the Porsche. Certainly has been an interesting one.
5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Yeah, like I said, obviously did that half race at Road Atlanta, and it was brilliant fun. A couple of very, very scary moments though in this thing. But we've made it work and learned a lot more about it. We'll have to have a look. We'll see when we have a look at the winners and losers as to what everyone else is able to get out of this thing and where we're going to be heading to next. Oh, come on. There we go. Lambo is taking a lot of time out of me. It's not going to stop him losing a load of iRating when we're going to make a gain. And of course, I say that, now we do something stupid. In towards the final couple of corners then here from Hockenheim. It's been a fun old race. We brought the Porsche home. We've steered it through with no contact incidents. Oh no.
Nord curve. It looks like running.
As soon as I say that, I almost bottled it. But we are, as long as we don't do anything crazy now.
Is now leading.
Round in the final corner. P24 to P14 here in the end. Gain some iRating, hopefully gain some SR as well. That was a good fun race here to kick off our VRS campaign in 2021 Season 3. They had a lot of carnage, but we kept it clean. Managed to avoid everything, and we've walked away with the goods. Let's go wait and see at your winners and losers from that one. So, having a look then at the end of that one, it wasn't quite the 7 iRating I'd hoped for, but it was still a 6+ gain there, brings us a bit closer to 2100. 0.3 SR as well. Hopefully we can try and inch towards our A licence over the course of this year there. But Lucas did take the win there, 91 iRating for him. Arito gaining 93 though, so I'm guessing he is the biggest iRating gain from this one there, 0.17 SR for him. We had the lowest instant count of anyone here, myself and Odin. They're tied with 3 instant points apiece there, so that's pretty good going by us as well. So rather happy with that one there. I think we made the biggest SR gain. No, how would it? Oh yeah, because he's just got over the 3.0 mark, hasn't he? So yeah, Joel technically gained more than us, but I don't think he would have realistically there. Odin, you can see almost a 4 SR as well for him there. The biggest losers though, having a look at it, minus 94 rating for Axel there. Obviously I think he was he in the Merc that got taken out at the start? Yeah, he was in the Merc, I think, that got taken out very early on in that race there, so disappointed end for him. Only him, Trevor and Frank didn't get to the end there, and Frank of course was the guy that took Axel out at the start of the race there. Biggest SR loss I think as well, unfortunately goes to Axel, so 0.9 SR lost, 94 iRating loss, not the best day for him there when all is said and done. But let's have a quick look then at what the rest of the series is meant to be looking like. Hopefully, I think we've got some good fun tracks over the course of the campaign, of course, exactly the same schedule as this one. So, next up then, Brands Hatch. Always have loved Brands Hatch here on iRacing. Remember having some very, very good VRS races in the past, so looking forward to that. Snetterton as well, never driven that track on iRacing. Imola, Spa, Red Bull Ring, 3 brilliant, iconic Grand Prix circuits. Long Beach is going to be a mess. Summit Point's probably going to be a mess. Charlotte Roval's good fun. And then Interlagos and Circuit Villeneuve, again, 2 great GP tracks as well there. So looking forward to that. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, do make sure you leave a like. Get yourself subscribed as well. And yeah, we'll be back very, very soon, of course, with more iRacing content.